Did Jesus tell us to be as perfect as God? How's that possible? Let's understand the context and the spirit of the law in Matthew 5. Let's begin with an eye for an eye. You've heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Have we practiced this law in error? Legally called lex talionis, a vindictive application just trades tit for tat, escalates hostilities, and hinders peace. A financial application might be monetary compensation, equal to an eye. Jesus taught a higher application. If we've been responsible for injury to another, go above and beyond in compensation. Go further than mere justice. Do we create goodwill or revenge? But I tell you not to try to get even with a person who's done something to you. When someone slaps your right cheek, turn and let that person slap your other cheek. Even the carnal business world understands that winning customers means we listen to complaints. How much more should we take insults in order to win peace for Christ? How generous should we be with an enemy? And if anyone would sue you and take your tunic, let him have your cloak as well. And if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with him 2 miles. Give to the one who begs from you, and don't refuse the one who would borrow from you. How could we make peace in the world? Is making peace more important than a shirt? We win when we give more than an enemy asks for settlement. Gift wrap our coat as well. Does God set us the example by giving breath and life to ungrateful people every day? Does God love all people equally, even foreigners and enemies? You've heard that it was said, love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, so that you may be sons of your Father in heaven. For he causes his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. For if you love those who love you, what reward will you have? Don't even the tax collectors do the same? And if you greet only your brothers, what are you doing out of the ordinary? Don't even the Gentiles do the same? How could Jesus expect us to become perfect in these things? Should we be more nitpicky than the hypocritical Pharisees? The word perfect is better understood to mean mature or complete. It has nothing to do with nitpicky Christianity at all. Being obsessed with non-essentials is a mark of spiritual immaturity. Mature Christians are salty. They taste good. Mature Christians are a bright, shining light. They're liberated from picky legalism and disobedient liberalism. Mature Christians reconcile rather than harbor grudges, create goodwill and take insults without retribution. They're generous people who do not quibble and would treat an enemy the same as a friend. Be you therefore perfect, even as your Father who's in heaven is perfect. Another translation sometimes helps. Therefore, just as your heavenly Father's complete in showing love to everyone, so also you must be complete. It's impossible for us to live perfect lives, but we can aim for perfection in God's love. Shall we start with our closest enemy? You decide.